Peace, peace, peace. Alright, look. I'm gonna slow it down. And I'm gonna give y'all a story about spirits and demons right now. And even hell. Alright? This is my testimony. And this is true. The Most High Elohim is my witness. I ain't making none of this up. I should try to go as fast as I can so I don't bore you people. I start when I was young, born uptown. We was living in the Bronx, and right around 176, and in the neighborhood, it must have been something. My mother told me that I guess somebody died in an apartment before we moved in. It was a nice apartment, like a nice little 3-bedroom, big apartment and stuff like that. And one day I was young. My mom said that I ran in her room talking about there was a man in the kitchen, and I shot him with my blue gun. My mother used to always tell me that story, and that was that. My mom's told me when I was born, for about, I think, a week or two, I didn't open my eyes. And my mother, she told me stuff like the doctors and other people was like, don't touch my eyes, just let it stay closed. And some people said things about, oh, he's a seer, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 whatever, and stuff like that. Fast forward, moving out to Staten Island, stuff like that. When I really started having some deep stuff happen to me, and what's funny? This is 2019, right? The 21st of June. I got homeboys that's probably gonna watch this. Yo, Wayne, you already know, Wayne. I've been telling you this since what, 2003? Rashawn, I've been telling you this since what, like 2003? Almost 20 years. So this ain't, dudes know that, and I was going through knucklehead stuff then. So anyway, I remember hanging out with, I was running around doing my thing. I was like, 20 years old and stuff like that. I just came home from doing a little program time, so a little 11 months upstate. And I came home, and I'm running around back doing what I'm doing and stuff like that. And then I was out, matter of fact, out late. Anyway, I came back. I got in the house like 7 in the morning. I just held that up for a minute because I just actually got a phone call I was trying to figure out. And it was like springtime. Real sunny outside. 7 in the morning. I went to the store, got me like an egg and cheese, orange juice for breakfast. But I was out all night. So then I bring myself to the crib. And after I ate whatever, I laid down in the bed. When I laid down in the bed, I started getting tingles. My whole body started going numb. I didn't understand that. It's the first time, in my adult, I'm 20 years old at this time. So I'm like, what the heck is that? And my body goes straight numb. I can't move nothing. But my eyes open. So when my eyes open, I could look in the room. The room's black though. It was like nighttime. I'm like, what the heck? It was just like 7, 8 in the morning, sunny. I'm looking at the window. The window, I can see the trees next to the window, and I see that the trees have no leaves on it. But I'm like, it's like spring. There's already, trees. There's greenery, all of that. You can smell the pollen and all of that. And, smell fresh outside. I'm like, what the heck? I could hear the TV on. But when I look at the TV's pitch black, like it's off. But I can hear like I can hear the people talking and stuff like that. So then I look in the corner of my room next to the closet, and I see this tall looking thing, look like a Grim Reaper, real tall. He had the hoodie on and everything like that. And he started walking to me slow. Yo, I bugged out, but I could not really move my body. I was like, I couldn't even move my mouth or nothing like that. And what I did was like, I kind of moved my jaw a certain way, and then I broke out of it. And when I broke out of it, the back of my head was killing me. And I like kind of like dipped into the corner of my room, and I was like, yo, what the hell was that? Bugging out. You know, I told my people, my man Ra, Ra even wrote a song about it back in like 2003, real talk. He made a little, he was like, metaphysical people, and I believe you. When you say this shit is hard, word to God, it's like a criminal cycle, and this white niggas is pulling a card. Something, yo, Ra, if you see this, I remember when you wrote that rhyme when I told you that story, and stuff like that. Anyway, I got locked up again. I got locked up in, like right around Mother's Day, 2003, out in Virginia. So, I'm in there, whatever. And, months go by, nothing's happening. Then one day I'm in a cell. I'm on the second floor, like on the second tier and stuff like that. And I'm in a cell with my cellie named Frank White. He used to show, cause he was trying to tell me about the movie, King of New York and stuff like that. So he'd be like, yo, my name is Frank White, whatever. So I'm in the cell. And I'm laying down, it's like lunchtime. We got, locked us back in and stuff like that. I could hear the COs walking up and down the tier. You could hear the chains on their belts and stuff like that. And then the room turned black, the cell turned black. And we got like a window, but the window moved. The window was not like normally where it used to be. It used to be on the other side. It moved to another side, but the room turned black again. So I'm like, whoa, like what the heck is this? And I feel the tingles, my body went numb, all of that. So then I can't move my body, but then I look up, and when I look at the corner of the ceiling of the cell, there's some thing, like a little munchkin, little demon thing, sitting, like real talk, upside down, staring at me. I bug out again. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Whatever, get out of it. Months go by again, whatever. I get out around, I shoot down to Florida, like around right before Christmas and stuff like that. And I had some weird stuff happen to me down there, but I'm gonna leave that up, whatever. Then I came back to New York. Oh no, I went to North Carolina for a little while. Nothing happened out there in North Carolina. Shot back to New York, and I went to the Bronx. I stayed up there for a few years. I had an incident happen there. When I was laying on the bed, something was pulling me from the side of the bed. It was like small and husky. And I could feel it pulling on my arms and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, what the heck is this? And I ran in my roommate's room. And she came out the room bugging out. And she was like, yo, what the heck was that? She was like, I gotta get some frankincense and myrrh and blah, blah, blah. Hey, yo, Dia, I know you remember the story if you're watching this video and stuff like that. Back in like 05 and stuff like that. Man, you talked about that. You was bugging out too. Anyway, so then, I came to Staten Island and I stayed with my brother and his people for a little bit. And I remember, this is when it got real. I remember, my brother and Tashin, yo, busy. I remember when you and Raymond was watching Martin. Cause, I remember I was laying in the room on the floor and I heard y'all, Martin, all of that and stuff like that in the living room and stuff like that. So it's like 5 in the afternoon. You can hear the maintenance closing up and stuff like that. It's still light outside. It's like, out of nowhere, the numbness came again. I'm like, okay. But this time the room then turns black. So my body's numb. I'm saying to myself, something gonna happen. Yo, this little thing, probably like maybe 3 feet, straight up and down, walked up in the room, had like a cloak on, straight up alien looking face. Gray face, straight up walked right like it was going behind my head. I bugged out like, yo, what the heck is this? Whatever. So I break out of that. So as years went on, I started to do research. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, what the heck is this? Like, what's going on? And stuff. And I remember when I ran into a book, my man Dwayne, he's in the new. He's right there for Brighton, right off of Brighton. And Wayne, you had that book with David Icke. I forgot what it was, and it had the picture of what Aleister Crowley drew. Many of y'all, if y'all don't know who Aleister Crowley is, he was a big time Satanist. And Jay-Z be quoting, Jay-Z had a shirt on said, "Do what thou wilt." That comes from Aleister Crowley. A lot of these rock and roll, the Beatles, they had had a song dedicated to him called Sgt. Pepper and stuff like that. They had him on their album cover. A lot of rock and roll people pay a lot of homage to Aleister Crowley. He's also have connections with the Bush family too, and stuff like that. If you really do research on him, this dude was sick though. Real talk. He was really like a molester, freaking sexual deviant, but he was also very highly respected. Also, you know what I'm saying? So this is why this world is bugged out. How these sick people can be respected while we get treated like garbage and stuff like that. Real talk and stuff like that. I mean, this dude he called himself the Beast. He was basically a Satanist, like a devil worshiper, straight up. Aleister Crowley, look him up. So you could look. So he drew in his book called The Law. I mean, he drew this being. He said that visited him like in like maybe the 1900s, named Lamb, Lam, and then there was another name for another one. And he drew the being. Now when I seen this in my man's book, I was like, yo, that's the same thing that I've been saying and stuff like that. So then you know, after a while, it went away. And the funny thing is, it seemed like the more I was trying to do positive is when it happens. When I started getting right back, because it was a period when I was actually doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going to school, staying out of trouble, all of that. But then when I got back into the streets, nothing was happening, right? I'm out here running around, doing all types of knucklehead stuff, getting money, all of that. And then I guess I'm gonna fast forward because I don't want to hold y'all up into the so deep. Once I've had some interesting things happen. I've had people come to me, all types. I mean, a white lady come to me, tell me some deep stuff out of nowhere. Some brother come to me, walk up, and they just talk some deep stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is, something's going on. And then when I was at my lowest point, and not financially but spiritually. I told you, many of you guys, I started playing with the pills, and so, I was selling so much of it that I had it, and, you'd have thought, dude had a common sense, never get high on your own supply, but you know what, I'm going to tell you this, none of it was by accident, because the Most High is good, because even in my downfall, he allowed me to go through all of that experience so he can pick me back up, and I can see how real the Most High is. Like I tell you all the time, this is bigger than reading a book. This is spiritual. Now, some of you people read books, the Bible, and y'all may be smart with the Bible, but y'all ain't got if you ain't got no spiritual connection with the mysteries in that book, then you don't know what you're doing. You're just reading it. You might as well just be a librarian and something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to seek him and have a heart. The Most High, Scripture says he draws nigh to those with a contrite heart and a broken spirit and stuff like that. He draws nigh to them. He comes near to them. He comes to them. So anyway, I've always believed in the Most High. I just was, even when I was selling drugs, I used to justify like, Father, I didn't really like saying God at the time. And I'd be like, yo, I know I'm doing this bad stuff, but this is the situation I'm in. Like right now, obviously work ain't really doing too good for me. I've had jobs. They just, I didn't like it, the people and stuff like that. I really didn't like working. Not like I was lazy. I just didn't like people. I was very antisocial, even though I had a lot of people around me. A lot of y'all that know me, that y'all probably be like, damn, he don't even talk like that. I just didn't like people, to be honest. I really didn't and stuff like that. I'm more talkative now than probably ever before and stuff like that. But, so when I started coming into this knowledge, this understanding of who I am and my ancestors, learning the good and the bad, learning that my ancestors played with some stuff, bad stuff, and a lot of that stuff, it haunts you. And so somebody has to be the one to break that. Because what happens is, you may have a family member that's did something 100 years ago, 200, 300, 400, even thousands of years ago. It could be some type of form of witchcraft or whatever and stuff like that. And those things don't go away, even though, they continue to follow the bloodline. So I guess I'm the one that just whatever. But so then, as I start to learn about my family history, and I learn about, this is what. But one thing I'm gonna tell you this. All right, let me just give it to you like this. So as I started to come to knowledge, right, I'm in a house now. I'm just like 2015. I'm working in construction, but I'm also still selling drugs. I'm dealing with my ex, whatever. She running around bugging out, but she's not making money for me or make for us at the time, and I'm hustling and stuff like that, and I'm working. So money wasn't a problem. I was making good money and stuff like that too, doing my little construction thing and still coming home. But the problem is I had a habit and stuff like that. So I'm coming home, literally, I'm sniffing heroin, I'm sniffing pills, Xanax, all of that. But at that darkest hour, I just always believed that I'm gonna be good. Like, yo, I'm gonna get out of this. I just had belief in the Most High. And I started reading the Bible, and I started watching teachings from the Watchman and Deborah. And I started praying that prayer. No weapon that is formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment, Yah shall condemn. I can do all things through the Messiah that strengthens me. I have the victory. Great is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I am more than a conqueror. And stuff like that. I started praying that a lot. So anyway, one day, I had some interesting stuff happen to me around December 2015. I can't get into that. Then, around April 2016, I made a decision to get immersed, baptized in the name, the true name of Yahusha, in the name, Yahusha, y'all say Jesus. And out of nowhere, I started seeing these lights in my room, lights glowing, blah blah blah, whatever. Then out of nowhere, the devil popped up. Real talk. I'm talking about the upside down star, goat head. He started making noise, like he was like googly googly, doing all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, what the heck? He was on a TV screen. He was in the curtains. I was seeing lights in the closet and all of that, on the bed, under the bed. Then out of nowhere, I hear something come to my ear. And it said, do not provoke him. But I started talking junk to the devil. I was like, yo, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to defeat you, whatever. He turned it up on me. I went to the hospital for like 4 days. They had me in the psych ward, all that. Johnny, my man Johnny came and visited me, Johnny Lopez. My stories is real. Like, this is I got people that know what I'm talking about. My ex, she see me bugging out, but she whatever she think, I don't even care. But anyway, so then I get immersed, I get baptized, it gets real. I'm talking about once I got baptized, I get back to New York. I got baptized in Tennessee by the Watchman and Deborah, and I'm talking about on attacks like crazy, spiritual attacks. So then the Watchman told me, he was like, yo, ask for the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit. I asked for it. I had a crazy vision. I went into a temple. I seen a shield. I went up into a courtyard. It was a man standing there, 2 pillars. He cast all of the devils out of my body. And he took I seen him take the cigarettes, the pills, the drugs, and he put it down a well and stuff like that. And then I was healed. Off of all of the drugs, everything. I caught TB when I was locked up from a Mexican in jail. I had high blood pressure for years. I was taking medication, all of that and stuff like that. I was smoking 40 sticks, cigarettes, all of that. So then I had another situation. It's hard to get into. The point is this. Now, I must fast forward, like literally like a year and a half later. Oh yeah, I was being attacked like crazy. Nightmares on Elm Street, all of that. I was one dream I had when it was these men in the hallway. They gave me a gun. They had gold in their mouth. I go outside in the street. I get shot by the cops. I put the gun under a bus. I run into a bathroom, look in the mirror. I see myself dying in the mirror. Then I wake up out of the dream, and my side is killing me where I got shot at in the dream for like a year and a half. I'm telling I'm going to work down in Atlanta. I'm like, yo, why my side is hurting? But I'm being tormented by demons day and night, not knowing what I'm supposed to do. You got to swing the sword. You got to learn how to fight. This is spiritual warfare. It's not. That's what the Bible says. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Carnal is not fleshly. We war not against flesh and blood, but principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. This thing is deep. So if you out here, I be hearing some people like, oh, that's the white man book. I don't trust it. You know what? That's what the Bible also says. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I'm going to tell you this right now. You got people that study witchcraft. They read the scriptures too. They use prayers out of it also. It's like a spell book. All it is just when you're dealing with the Most High, you're dealing with the angels and the spirits. Now, anybody else that's dealing with their witchcraft stuff, they're dealing with demons. It's a war. And stuff like that. All right, the deepest one before this cutoff is, I had a deep vision one time when I went to hell. I seen mad people down there crunched up, looked like they was going through a lot of stuff, right? That's one dream. Then another one I had, I was fasting in the woods. I had a tent and everything like that for about, like 7 days and stuff like that. I had a vision. I was downstairs. I seen like mad skeletons and bones and everything like that. And then it was a man being crushed. And I seen like fire and it was just showing me, I guess, that this is real. I've also seen good things too, above the clouds and whatever. I'm not trying to boast. I'm trying to tell y'all this shit is real.